Hi friends, it's Maddie here, back at it again with another reaction video. And today we're going to be watching Bill Burr on people online commenting on the LA fires and getting in touch with his emotions. Alrighty, let's go.
Our first guest is just a man we need at a time like this. He is one of the funniest guys in the
True.
whole world with a great new stand-up comedy special called Drop Dead Years. It premieres March 14th on Hulu. And on March 10th, he makes his Broadway debut in Glengarry Glen Ross. Please welcome
Oh,
Bill
wow.
Burr.
He's going to be on Broadway? Is he going to be singing? Does he have hidden talents? Is he a singer? I just imagine Bill Burr wearing a wig and singing operatic music. Okay, anyway. That'd be funny.
Thank
It's
you.
very good to see you. I heard you had to evacuate your home.
Yes, like most people I had to. I got lucky, the winds moved, but, the fire was coming and all that stuff, so I feel lucky.
Are you guys back in?
And I think everybody did a great job.
Yeah.
Unlike the internet,
Yeah, right. I know. It's right.
Oh, my God. All of these fire experts. Why didn't you just fly a helicopter into the ocean? And then just, I don't know, because there was 100-knot winds? You want to do that? You want to do that at night, you lunatic?
How are you?
This was definitely mismanaged.
That's a big word we're hearing now.
Mismanaged, like some idiot on the internet knows how to manage the worst fire in LA, sitting there in his underwear. You know what? Looking at the footage on the internet, I have determined that this here was mismanaged.
You know about helicopters because I remember,
Oh
and
my
it's
gosh.
interesting now thinking about it because you said that
About it. I know about the one that I fly. Other than that, I don't know anything about it.
Oh, he flies.
He knows
But if
something
you're on the
about-
internet, you know everything.
He's gonna be on Broadway. He's an operatic singer. He flies helicopters. What the heck can Bill Burr not do? What?
I hope you know about it because you said that
About it. I know about the one that I fly. Other than that, I don't know anything about it.
you know
But
something
if you're on
about-
the internet, you know everything.
I hope you know about it because you said that you got your pilot's license in case like all hell broke loose in LA, you could get out of LA, and at any moment did you think I'm going to make a run for that helicopter?
Well, the error in my thought was I didn't realize how expensive helicopters were. So all I have is a two-seater, and I didn't want to have to make Sophie's choice with my family. So, we all piled into the SUV like everybody else. But no, man, these guys were out there clearing the trees, getting the wires back up and everything. It was like the perfect awful thing that could have happened, and it did. And I love how all the chatter out there is about bands of illegal immigrants and homeless people lighting fires. They light fires every day. They're living outside. They're cold. And this theory that some homeless guy without a car went from Altadena all the way to the Pacific Palisades, and then we have a hang glider. And they're talking about looting. But CNN and Fox News are not going to bring up the insurance companies that are just going to keep everybody's premiums and still give themselves a bonus.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
Free Luigi. I love how they acted surprised. Why did that happen? I have no idea. He wrote on the bullets why it happened.
Oh, we're back to Luigi. Okay, yeah.
I never left Luigi.
How is Bill Burr?
Okay. I just need to pause for a second and just say that I noticed the difference between when Bill Burr is on Conan and when Bill Burr is on Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel, I hate to say it, but he's kind of like cardboard. He's kind of cardboard. It's just like he's a cardboard cutout. Conan like goes back and forth with Bill, and maybe it's because they're both Irish heritage and they're feisty, or because I think that Conan's also from Boston. Maybe it's because they're Bostonians. I don't know, but Jimmy's not really adding much. Anyways, let's keep going.
The father, the husband in an
Happened.
Oh, we're back to Luigi. Okay, yeah.
I never left Luigi.
How is Bill Burr, the father, the husband in an emergency situation?
I don't know. I'm all right. I'm all right. Like
Are
when,
ya?
when big stuff happens, I get ridiculously calm. My Achilles heel is little things. So like if the house was going to be on fire, I would just be like, well, you know, kind of be cool to not own anything. Like I'll just go into that mode. An opportunity to build a dream house with the money I no longer have. I would just think like that. But like little things I flip out at. Like,
Yeah.
you know, if I go to make toast and then all of a sudden it burns, I'm like, who the is changing the settings? And what I realized, I just realized this backstage is what it is I learned as a kid when big things are happening, keep your mouth shut or the big thing comes at you. And then I flip out over the little things because I'm emoting about that in this. So
Wow.
I don't make any sense to anybody in my house.
He's going to therapy. He's been going to therapy. Wow. Okay. Okay, Bill Burr. Wow.
Your mouth shut or the big thing comes at you. And then I flip out over the little things because I'm emoting about that in this. So
Wow.
I don't make any sense to anybody in my house. They're like, Dad, it's toast. What is the big deal? It's like, well, I would tell you what the big deal was, but it's too sad. So we'll just keep it on the toast.
You know, you did.
Real.
I literally just learned that backstage when I was talking to somebody back there trying to figure out what
I
I was
feel
going
like
to
you're
say out
very
here.
introspective lately. It seems like, based on watching the special, it does seem like you're getting in touch with your emotions. Am I imagining that?
Yeah,
or
no, I've learned that I'm really difficult to live with. And, you know, you have a wife and a kid, you know, a couple of kids, like when you start seeing your behavior is going to affect them positively or negatively, you kind of have to stop playing the blame game. And I don't know, dude, I don't want to go through my whole life being a lunatic. You know what I mean? And there was like a whole thing of like, you know, East Coast people, dude, don't lose your edge. You don't want to lose your edge. Don't go getting happy. It's like, I think that's the point of the game. Stay miserable, so you're still funny. And it's really like one of the big myths I found in comedy.
East Coast mentality. Are you from the East Coast? If you're from the East Coast, sound off in the comments and let us know why you want to be so sad all the time or grumpy or angry.
It's like, I think that's the point of the game. Stay miserable, so you're still funny. And it's really like one of the big myths I found in comedy, because what's great is if you were angry and then you become just at least happier, you can revisit the same subjects with a different perspective of like, hey, maybe it was me. Maybe I brought something
Yeah.
to the table.
Did you
Maybe
hear?
I overreacted?
Did you hear from a lot of your friends back on the East Coast, back in Massachusetts, when the fires were happening?
Yeah, I heard from close friends really quickly and all that. And then I found other people were sort of continuing to check in 3-4 days. And at that point, they just want gossip. You know what I mean? It's like, obviously, you think if after 4 days you don't know my house burned down, you're not my friend.
Right, yes.
All right?
Yeah.
So, like, if you're just checking in to be like, did you see anybody on fire? Like, is there any way they can get a mudslide to put it out?
Are your kids aware of what's going on? How old are your kids?
About to be 8 and 4.5. So they are, but like I don't think they understand the magnitude of it. Like we don't have the news on
Right.
in the house. You know what I mean? Disney movies are bad enough with one parent dying every time. You don't need to put the news on. I know that happened to Walt, but why do we all have to pay the price?
Facts.
It's like
It's real. It's real. It's psychology. They wanna manipulate you into feeling a strong emotion with the movie, so then you're determined to watch the whole thing and have a connection with it. Feel like it's profound. And it's literally like dread gaming you. Disney dread games you. Yeah.
I know that happened to Walt, but why do we all have to pay the price? It's just like
Yeah, it's like we don't want the kids to see the fires. Put on Bambi.
oh yeah. That'll cheer.
That was funny.
No, it gets better.
Good one, Jimmy.
Do you watch those like Disney movies and stuff with your kids? What do you watch with them?
What do I watch with them? I watch lighter stuff with my daughter because she has the female brain. She's more evolved. And then my son, I swear to God, I watch Kojak with him.
What's that?
For real?
People don't even know that. It's a cop show.
Oh.
from like the 70s, and I had this amazing bonding moment with my son last year when he was 3. It's a cop show from the 70s, so anybody who isn't white is running down an alley with a knife, right? So there's this Puerto Rican actor in the prime of his life wearing a silk shirt flying down the alley like a sprinter. And a lot of people don't know this. Telly Savalas' brother, Stavros, was on the show. That was his character's name, and he was fat. He kept his hair. You know what I mean? Telly was in shape, lost the hair, balance of life, right? So he's this fat bastard. So they have him chasing this Puerto Rican dude flying down the alley. So my 3-year-old son, he's watching. This Puerto Rican dude flies by, and then Stavros comes down in his Sears suit and his loafers. And my son, 3 years old, was just watching TV, starts going, huh. And then I looked at him, I started laughing. We both just started laughing. And I was like, oh my God, he already knows a fat guy running is funny. It's amazing. And like, I already saw the cigars we're gonna smoke in the future. I'm like, this is my guy. This is my guy. Thank you.
Bill Burr, everybody. His special is called
That's
Drop Dead
cute.
Years. We'll be right back. We're back with Bill Burr. His special is called Bill Burr, Drop Dead Years. It is on Hulu on March 14th. Would you explain what the title means?
Oh, Drop Dead Years. It's the age I'm at. I'm 56 years old, which is too young to die of natural causes, but it's not too young to drop dead. Like, I know, which is weird.
True.
In the special, I say how dropping dead is like a uniquely male experience. Like, you don't see women, like, you know, just grabbing their hearts at brunch and face planting into whatever the hell they eat at brunch. But men all the time, you know, just dropping out of golf carts, you know?
It's a science. You guys are men. You're stressed out, and you need to go to the spa. You need to go gossip with your guy. Just kidding. You guys live your life how you'd like to live your life. But there is science. There's some science to that. Women, we like to yap to each other and then release the problems and release the stress. Guys, you guys don't really like doing that. And I understand. We're different. But there are benefits. Okay, let's keep going.
See women, like, you know, just grabbing their hearts at brunch and face planting into whatever the hell they eat at brunch.
And I love how he brings up brunch again. This is why we live to be older, guys. We go to brunch. That's actually scratch everything else that I just said. Just go to brunch, and then you're gonna live long. You're not gonna drop dead. Trust.
Well, but men all the time, you know, just a uniquely male experience. Like, you don't see women, like, you know, just grabbing their hearts at brunch and face planting into whatever the hell they eat at brunch. Well, but men all the time, you know, just dropping out of golf carts.
Is this
you know?
asparagus?
Like,
so right.
the amount of guys that die of heart attacks on golf courses, still no defibrillators. Everything at the turn can kill you. It's booze, candy, all of this stuff, people smoking cigars. So, you know, I lost a lot of friends along the way. So, yeah, it was sort of a nod to that. You know, comedy.
Why is Jimmy laughing at the fact that he lost all his friends? I feel like Bill was actually being sentimental there. That was weird. That was, I guess, just the title alone, but that was kind of weird.
Cigars. So, you know, I lost a lot of friends along the way. So, yeah, it was sort of a nod to that. You know, comedy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's funny because I don't know if, and you're right, I was thinking about it, like, I don't know if it's that women don't drop dead or we just care more about them, so we don't use that terminology when they die.
I don't think I mean...
You think it's just a dropping, huh?
Oh, my God, if your wife's friend dropped dead, you'd never hear the end of it. And it just reminds me of when Carol died. You know, oh, my God, it was 2 years ago. When are you going to get over this? Then you'd say the dumb stuff of like, dude, more of my friends have died than yours. And then you say that, and you're like, oh, God, why did I do that? That is something I have learned.
He said that. I feel like
learned
he's
how
probably
to
said
win an
that.
argument.
You have.
As a man, well, if you're right, if you're wrong, you got to apologize. But if you're right, you don't argue with them. You let them win. You let it end on that last psycho thing that they said that had nothing to do with the argument. You let it sit on that. You don't take the bait.
Like
When
a
they
good
start
prosecutor.
saying psycho stuff that has nothing to do with that means they know they're wrong. So then they're trying to get you to say something worse, and then they switch the narrative like, I know I did this, but you shouldn't have said that. So you just got to sit there.
That's great advice.
They bring up your family, Jimmy, and they go low. You just let them say it, and you just nod.
Oh my gosh.
And it's weird. It's weird.
That's wise.
And there's like this, for all of a sudden, you're holding the sword, right? You have the power. You don't even know what to do with it. Like, what is this thing?
You really do share a lot of solid wisdom in this special, and there were a couple of things I was like, oh, I know a guy I need to show this to, and not for jokes, for serious advice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You're also, speaking of serious, you're going to be on Broadway, which is exciting. Is this something that... Is this one of those things you've always wanted to do?
Well, it's not something I always wanted to do. You know, I had a bunch of other dreams that didn't work out. Making it to the NFL.
I'm deceased. So many people are like, I want to be on Broadway. And he's like, I had a bunch of other dreams, but Broadway I'll do. NFL, okay.
Wanted to do?
Well, it's not something I always wanted to do. You know, I had a bunch of other dreams that didn't work out. Making it to the NFL, being a pro drummer, all of that stuff went, but comedian made it. And then, like, along the way, I started taking acting classes because doing stand-up led to acting work, and I fell in love with acting. And it was when I got to New York, I saw True West with John C. Reilly, Philip Seymour Hoffman, rest his soul, and I was just like, this is unbelievable. And I was like, I would love to do this someday. And then it was funny, like 2 years ago, I'm like, oh, 54, 55, well, I guess that's not happening. Boo-hoo, I got to tell jokes for a living. I'm fine with it. I just sort of let go of it after wanting it. The second I let go of it, all of a sudden, I was like, hey, you want to do Broadway? It's just it's how it worked out. Someone came to
you, and you're doing this with Bob Odenkirk?
Yep, Michael McKean, Kieran Culkin, and I don't know who else is in it so far. I'm just trying to memorize the lines because those are all heavy hitters. So, but it's you know, it's not really a nerve-wracking thing because those guys are all so good. You know, my character comes in late, comes out, you know, goes out early.
All right.
Back, waves at the end. I mean, it's kind of an easy gig.
Well, it's great to see you. The special is very, very funny. Bill Burr, Drop Dead Years, premieres March 14th on Hulu. And Glenn Ross on Broadway, March 10th. Bill Burr, everybody, will be back with Jessica Gunning.
Good stuff. I'm happy that the fires have finally subsided. If you were within that mess, I'm really sorry about your possible losses, and I hope that it doesn't happen again. Oh my gosh. There are just, I mean, it's the beginning of 2025. You may be watching this video at some other point, but it's just the beginning, and we've had so many extreme events happening. So just hug your loved ones tighter and make sure that you're grateful for every day. Because who knows? You could just drop dead. Anyways, I'm gonna drop some more Bill Burr videos. I have many videos on my channel. I'm gonna drop 2 right here. Feel free to check them out. And until next time, I'll see ya. Bye.